Hello, everybody. Good evening. There's so much on my mind, so much feelings going through me right now. You should always stand up for yourself, but always do it in the right way. Do it with class. I'm learning that as each day goes on, and I'm living around a lot of very uh, dishonest individuals who've been doing some very bad things to me. It's just not three, four, it's a lot of them. Um, I learned that it's not okay for people to mistreat you, for people to lie on you, and for people to harass you, even make fun of you. It's not okay. When they do that, you don't have to fight with nobody. You you can speak up and tell them they're wrong. You have a right to do that. Anybody that tries to shut you down and to keep you from speaking the truth is just as guilty as the ones who are causing you harm. Everything I say is the truth. People don't like me because I tell the truth. They have not been good to me. They've been very disrespectful to me. They've been doing things to me, making fun of me, being inappropriate with me. And see, I'm a firm believer respect goes both ways. I'm good to anybody who's good to me. But if people are going to disrespect me, then don't expect me to, how they say, kiss your butt, because I don't do that. Respect goes both ways. And I don't do that whole seniority thing or whatever everybody's on, especially around here. I don't do it. I treat people how they treat me. And I think that's fair. I'm a nice person, a good person. I give the shirt off my back to another person. You know, I'm always the first one to help and to give and to lend a hand to everybody. But sometimes people don't do that for me. And so I'm learning that that is just reality. There are some people that are going to care about you. There's some people that ain't going to care about you. There's some people going to smile in your face. And then there's some people who who are just going to be there with you 100. Then you got some that will leave you hanging. And then you have some who stick it out to the end. You know, you got somebody there for life. But I always see a lot of trickery in people. They think I'm stupid. I'm not stupid. I catch on very well. But it's a lot of people who are dishonest, deceitful, sneaky, doing conniving things to people, especially me. But like I said, I know everything. I am not blinded. I'm not blinded. I may be somewhat limited, impaired, you know, uh, but I see, I can see quite clear, especially when it comes to people's true intentions. I know a lot of people don't have my best interests at heart. People smile in my face, but they be doing things to me. But you know what? That's okay. Because you don't have to touch nobody. You don't have to do anything to nobody. You don't even have to say nothing. Because I do believe in karma. is real. The universe has a way of sending things back. The things that people do to you, it comes back to them much harder and stronger. You'll come out blazing with strength and persevering while they're struggling to find that. But I do believe that, what people put out, you get it back. That's why I always believe in being good to people. You go around being strife, causing harm, chaos, corruption, being manipulative, being call yourself being funny. It ain't worth it. Everything comes back 10 times fold. A lot worse than what people do to the individual they bully. But there's a lesson to be learned, you know, and all who take part in bullying me on a day-to-day basis, best believe, God sees all. Like I said, when that moment comes and we are faced with the one who does the ultimate judgment, he's going to have a TV. It's going to be like a TV. And he's going to play it. And he's going to be like, I remember when you did this and that to this person. You caused that person so much harm in their life. You you are responsible somewhat for their struggle, for the things that happened to them. They didn't even have to go through that, but you did this, you did that. You were conniving, you were sneaky, you were doing things, thought you would hurt this person, but you didn't think nobody was watching. You didn't think nobody was knowing what you were doing. But I was up here in heaven seeing the whole thing play out. Now, let me ask you, do you think it's fair for me to open the gates to heaven to let you walk through? And then they're going to be standing there thinking, well, I deserve to be up in there. I should be up there with Michael Jackson and Prince and everybody else. And God's going to be like, well, I don't know, because we got a good thing going on up here. It is free from all that negativity, free from all that badness, wickedness, evilness. It's nothing but good that walks through these gates. So let me ask you again, why should I let you walk through here, through these gates, to the other side of the bright sunshine and nice green pastures that roll through here? They're going to look at them, but I deserve to be there. I had this on earth, I had that. They're going to be like, God's going to be like, well, it's not about what you had, what you got, or your degree, or how many cars you had, or how you did this, how you did that, I'm not worrying about that. I'm speaking on it here. Like, you did so many wicked things and hurt so many people. So I'm going to ask you again one more time. And if you do not answer me with all honesty and truth, I'm just going to have no choice but to move along with this. So again, I'm going to ask you, why do you think I should open these gates of heaven to let you walk through? And they're going to give another reason, and it's going to be stupider. Stupid. And God's going to look like, no, you done caused too much harm and chaos that I think it's only fair that I drop you downstairs. And so the floor is going to open up, and it's going to have flames coming out of it. And their soul, their spirit, is going to be right in it, and it's going to be burning. And they're going to be screaming and hollering, no, no. God's like, you know, ain't nothing I could do about that. That's why you should have tried to do your best and, being a good person. I wasn't asking for much from you, but just to do the right thing, to be good to all individuals from all walks of life. You had so much hate and so much destruction, corruption that you was doing, and you was bringing harm to other people's quality of life, and you thought it was funny. God's gonna be like, this conversation is over. There's nothing else I can do. And so all the fire is just coming up. And so God, he slides back into the gates of heaven, and the door is shut as he goes back in. And then all the clouds go away, and nothing but the flames of eternity just flowing with other bad spirits around them. And then the devil comes lurking up. Ha 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 ha. Welcome to hell. It don't pay to be wicked. It don't pay to be cruel. You should be kind.